correct?
So everyone received a copy of our proposed tax budget to send into the auditor. Not a lot of change in what we're projecting for 2023 from 2022. That assumes that the 3.9 mil levy will be renewed. Other than that, in the general fund, I'm not projecting any large changes in any of the enterprise funds or in the waterworks fiduciary fund, so there's not a lot of change. One thing I will make you a promise that I will try very hard to do is to get someone to allow us to get rid of all the little funds that were hanging out there with the police department that have a few $100s in them. You used to have a judge sign off on closing those funds, moving those funds to the general fund. Now I'm told you don't have to do that, but I can't get anybody to put that in writing to me, so by next year I would like to have those closed out, and we also have to have permission from the auditor's office to close any fund. So all the little capital improvement project funds that are hanging out there from years gone by that make this thing go to 101 pages. Hopefully by next year we'll be able to get rid of all those. So I apologize that they're still hanging out there, and that a tree had to be sacrificed for us to print all those. So, good news is the auditor's office now accepts us via email, so we don't have to run a copy down to them. Other than that, I think everything is very similar to last year, and nothing really changed. Probably the biggest change in numbers, I projected about $11,000 less in income in the general fund.
When you say you assume that 3.9 levy will be renewed in the fall, can you explain that a little bit more, that levy?
3.9 mil levy is the general operating levy for general operating expenses that, well actually that will be collected this year and dispersed next year. So we will have that money anyway. So I did speak on that. So we'll have that money next year for sure. If it's renewed, then we will have it again in 2024. It'll be levied in 23 and then dispersed in 24. So
That is not the same levy that failed
no.
last year, different levy.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? And as I said in the past, this is kind of an antiquated requirement because most communities don't have trouble spending their money. But the reason we have to do this is so that the Budget Commission can look at your projected expenses and say, yes, they need those levies, because there are some communities who have so much money they don't necessarily need all the levies that they have on the books. So pretty much that's the tax budget in a nutshell. If nobody has any questions, we can close the hearing.
Council, any other questions? Close the meeting.
Thank you.